You know, some people can give up their dignity to save a buck, and now they're selling themselves for those unattainable fantasies. Deep down, Yangzi knows Fang He doesn't really love her. Maybe because she grew up loveless, she's more prone to seeking love from others. But life just doesn't let up. She thought she'd never see her mother again, but then she got a call from the orphanage that changed everything. That day, Yangzi arrived at her mother's place, a long-awaited reunion. She had endured a lot and looked older than before. After her uncle passed away, her aunt kicked her out. Now she's applying for city assistance, but got denied because of her daughter. Sometimes the familial ties are so strong that they are unbreakable, even up to the present moment. Her mother keeps saying how great it would be if her brother was still alive. For pride's sake, Yangzi wants to show her mother that she's not hopeless. I'll take care of this person, you can't just give up. Right after she said that, she saw her uncle's expression on her mother's face for the first time. After leaving, Yangzi tossed the gift and that bit of family love into the trash. Saying he'll take care of you is easy, but bills can be so cold. Right now, she's barely getting by on her job plus loans, and it's all about sucking up. Keep going, and someday life will improve. But on arriving, she learned her boss Fang He was reassigned. The new boss didn't waste time. She called Yangzi in and said, "You're fired." Subtitle: Yangzi had an affair with her boss, exploited tax loopholes, and bought numerous fake policies to boost performance. After Mr. Bad Guy disappeared, her tricks were useless. Whether she relied on friendship or sold herself, all she got back was mockery. To keep the lights on, Yangzi had to start a series of interviews, but got rejected everywhere. This society can be cruel to women without degrees or experience. Right now, she only has loans to deal with, but what does it mean for a woman with no job? Subtitles: So the salesperson introduced her to a job, and Yangzi gang regained hope for a moment. Upon arriving at the interview, she found her choices were truly few. From that day, she was Marie Goodnight Emery. This job sorted out her financial woes, but it also cut off any exit strategy. Unlike her insurance-selling days, now she was fully in this new industry. Yangzi had to grin and bear up with all those men's mocking remarks. She even had to cope with these men saying things like, "What if your kids work here?" If her parents found out, they'd probably be heartbroken. The irony. Yangzi relied on that job to send her mother money. Who knows how her mother would feel if she found out? Would she look down on her or feel pity? After work, Yangzi often went home with a few co-workers, each having their own struggles. Such a group of unfortunate souls. One of them, a woman named Shirley, had never met her father. Her mother passed when she was 5, and the only family connection she had was this talisman. It read, "To my lovely daughter." Looking at Shirley's charm, Yangzi felt envious. At least she was loved. When she got home, the sun was already up. Yangzi brought 2 bento boxes, took a deep breath outside, only to find her home awaited her like a giant Buddha. The man, looking like he was drained of life, saw Yangzi come in and immediately grabbed a beer bottle, looking for trouble. The more Yangzi did not resist, the more he overstepped. Finally, she was expelled, roaming barefoot on the streets all day. Passers-by looked at her like she was an animal. In desperation, Yangzi mustered her courage and went to the police station to report it, sharing a story about how she met her boyfriend was originally a gigolo and treated her with utmost kindness when they first met. Yangzi, who had never felt love, was immediate. Subtitles: Yangzi instantly lost her confidence and thought to herself, "Never mind." It was January in the midst of winter, and she sat down on a freezing cold stone bench. Watching the passing office workers, she couldn't help but wonder how she ended up here. Life is really hard. She just wanted to scream for help, but her cries couldn't break through life's barriers. The following day, one of her young colleagues said goodbye. She was pregnant. Subtitles: She looked so incredibly happy, and her colleagues' words deeply stung Yangzi, reminding her that they were all crying out for help in the abyss. Why is it that only you get picked up by rich guys? Haven, I fought hard for my life. Why can't I get a little reward? The glaring sunlight hit Yangzi's distorted face. Suddenly, an idea flashed through Yangzi's mind. Rather than struggling in the dark, why not risk it all? At that moment, a black car pulled up, and 2 men jumped out to snatch Yangzi. They were gangsters who targeted working girls, led by a guy named Kamishiro. He treated Yangzi like a toy. Kamishiro's hand came down on her face like a hammer. Subtitles. Seeing that Yangzi didn't struggle, he choked her neck again until she was on the verge of suffocation before releasing his grip. Why did she have to endure such a tragic and miserable death? Is it really that hard to just live well? So Yangzi made a deal with Kamishiro. You know killing, I know insurance, let's work together. Kill that jerk, and if successful, there's a 100 million insurance payout. Kamishiro readily agreed, and they got straight to it. To deal with Yangzi's boyfriend, they had to lower his guard. Kamishiro treated him at the bar, introducing him to a new friend. This new friend would offer Yangzi's boyfriend an easy job that included meals and accommodation. Unbeknownst to him, Ryo was brainwashed into seeing Kamishiro as a parental figure. Meanwhile, Yangzi was busy too. She took Ryo's ID to register for marriage, then insured herself as the beneficiary using his name. During this time, Kamishiro confessed to Yangzi, and they went from partners to lovers. On the night of the fireworks festival, he got Ryo drunk. He had his men carry Ryo to a secluded road to stage an accident. To create an alibi, Yangzi went to work. Soon after, the police called Yangzi in for identification, and she saw Ryo's body. Yangzi recalled the night her brother was murdered, imitating her mother's behavior as she let out the beastly scream. Soon enough, the insurance payout of 100 million was